Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Sony once again, and of course, the all-digital era. What's going on? Now, if you guys already know, here on this channel, we've been talking about Sony for the past couple of months when it comes to some of their business decisions, especially when it comes to layoffs, and more importantly, when it comes to all-digital media. So why are they in the media once again? Well, apparently there are some PS5 users who had lost complete access to over 100 games in their digital library. And how did this happen? So before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into it. So if you're new to this channel, and since we've been talking about Sony for the past couple of months when it comes to this, and you're new to all of this, well, last time when we talked about it, we talked about how when Warner Brothers Discovery had finally completed their merger, and a lot of people have bought a lot of Warner Brothers, I guess you say, Discovery movies and TV shows. And once this happened, the contract had pretty much didn't renew itself, and everybody who purchased a ton of digital media from Warner Brothers Discovery library from the PlayStation Network had lost complete access to everything. And Sony pretty much is like, oh well, they can't do any refunds. There's nothing they pretty much want to do about it to pretty much have a goodwill with its consumer base when they decided that, hey, like, it happened, you know, let's just move on from this. So a lot of fans were upset after that. And now we have another situation where PS5 owners are losing access or had lost access to their all digital downloads that they have as far as games are concerned. And what was the cause of this? So we're going to go into this article right now from MSN.com from Microsoft. So it says PS5 owners lose access to 100 of games as digital purchases wiped from their accounts. And we talked about this before when it comes to this whole all digital era, man. It's not foolproof, man. There's a lot of problems with this. That's why physical media is more important than ever before. So, but we're going to continue. So apparently a strange bug is removing people's games on PS4, PS5, and Vita. I didn't know Vita still up and running. I don't have a Vita. My brothers do, but the Vita is still up and operational as far as their store is concerned. But anyway, and Sony doesn't have a fix. It wasn't long ago that PlayStation sparked fan outrage when it said it removed Discovery video content from people's libraries, which I just mentioned, even though they had paid for it. PlayStation later backtracked, but a similar unintentional issue has come up, a random bug that's wiping digital games from people's libraries. The bug is affecting PlayStation 4 and PS5 and PS Vita, and fans are certainly not happy about it. At least 50 PlayStation owners have reported that their digital games are going missing. One affected by this bug went to Reddit to explain what's going on and vent their frustrations that they can no longer can have access of some of their games. In a post that has attracted others with the same problems. And this is what I'm talking about when this whole all digital, man. The thing is, you don't really own the games. You really don't. You're purchasing a license to essentially rent them. And then, as I said before, if a company goes defunct, if mergers happen and then they don't want to pretty much acknowledge that previous agreement that these studios may have with the company before the merger, all kinds of things can happen. And if you spent hundreds and maybe thousands of dollars on your digital library, it can all go kapoof, just going. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And these companies aren't trying to refund you or do anything to reconcile with what just happened. It's just, oh well, it happened, you know? So it says, I quote, "For the last few months, there has been a bug impacting a relatively small amount of PlayStation Network users, in which all digital licenses, including purchases, games, and titles added to one's library via PlayStation Plus, become decoupled from your transaction history, which shows you purchased those things." The Suds said in their post. The bug wipes games from your account and make it worse. Adds that if you're affected by this bug, you can't re-download the missing games, as your PlayStation account won't let you. I said, I quote, I'm never buying a digital game from PlayStation again. Horrible customer support and terrible practice towards their customers, replied DTV. And this is what I'm talking about. And with the whole digital era, when you are purchasing this stuff, you also have to take into the fact is that since it's all digital, you got to worry about bugs. And of all things, a bug came in and did this. And Sony has been dealing with a lot of technical issues even in the past. If you guys don't remember back during the PS3 era, when PlayStation Network got attacked. And it shut down the entire PlayStation Network service, where I believe it was a week, because I had a PS3 myself, but luckily I owned a Wii and an Xbox 360. So I normally don't game on PS3. I didn't game on PS3 online as much either. But anyway, a lot of PlayStation owners were upset because they didn't have access to a lot of their games and other things that they have downloaded from the PlayStation Network, and they couldn't go online and even play with their friends. And I believe that this shutdown of PlayStation Network had lasted for, I believe, about a week. And all it takes is somebody to either hack, send in a virus, or just a bug, a simple bug, can mess up and fuck up your entire library that you purchased, and now you can't have access to it. So that's why I mean that this is not foolproof at all. So he says, so the user says, I'm a PlayStation user since PS3, and this account bug is really bad. I hope Sony and PlayStation give a real solution, and if someone knows how to resolve this huge problem, please let us know. GNT0 SAT. And that's the thing, it's going to take a minute for Sony to figure this out. Hopefully they figure it out soon enough, because like I said, back in the PS3 era, man, it lasted almost an entire week where people couldn't access anything or play anything online on the PlayStation 3. So hopefully they get to this fast enough, because that is crazy. And PlayStation have yet to comment. Of course they have yet to comment on the issue publicly, but it is aware of it, according to D-Sides. Metro has also reached out to Sony for a comment. Another poster has kept track of everyone affected by the bug, with almost 50 people reporting the same issues, some of which say it started months ago, though it doesn't appear to affect most players. A library wiping bug would be a huge problem for Sony if it escalates any farther. For now, those affected will have to have hope for a fix, though when that comes, nobody knows. So yes, man, like, this all digital, man, as I said before, people love convenience, and there's nothing wrong with convenience. And when it comes to me, with digital games, I never go digital. I always go physical. The only way that I go digital is when I'm forced, when there's no other option. And like, there's a couple of games that came out that was digital only, and there was no other way for me to purchase it but digital, and that's the only way that I will go in. And of course, I do have a Steam account, so Steam, I go digital with Steam. But other than that, man, anytime there's a physical copy for any of my games, I'm on board. I'm going to just grab it right away physical. And that's what really upsets me at the fact is that this industry is really trying to go push towards that area, because then a lot of these developers within the industry will have more control over how they want to distribute their games, price their games. And as far as I'm concerned, if you look at the culture war aspect of it, they can do anything. Is if you have an opinion that that you disagree with, they can just retroactively go in and just take it. Just go in and just take your game from you. And then, of course, the situation with the Stellar Blade demo. And then, even though it was a mistake, a lot of people had already installed the demo and is able to actually play it. Even though that the demo was a mistake and shouldn't have been up there, Shift Up has also posted that there is a demo in the works that's going to go out publicly. But the fact is that you was able to download it and have it on your hard drive. They were able to go in and actually, Sony was able to go in and actually remove the demo from your hard drive. So this is the era that we're in. Once you go all plugged in to the internet, all plugged in digitally, they can control every aspect of how you consume technology and gaming and just products in general. We already talked about how Square Enix, even retroactively, they went back to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is a game that's pretty much nearly 4 damn years old, and he went back to the PC version and all the other versions and pretty much censored Tifa. You can go check out that video. And also Skullgirls. The problem with that, you know, they also went back and censored the collector's edition, the digital version. So those who bought their product originally that was uncensored with everything that was involved and intact with Skullgirls, they went in and pretty much censored everything and removed a lot of images and everything. So when people woke up and turned on their Skullgirls and the collector's edition that they have bought, they step into it and find it all censored. So you get what I'm saying? So this is why this whole digital thing isn't good if we're only relying on digital. Physical still needs to exist, and it's more important for it to exist because of situations like this. I was never fully on board with this, but that pretty much wraps this up. Do you think that Sony is going to figure out this problem with this bug, which I think they're most likely they would, but how fast would they figure this bug out? And how bad could it potentially get if they don't figure it out in time enough? So if you enjoyed this video, leave your likes, your thoughts in the comment sections below. And that wraps everything up. This is MugenLord, sign off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.